Anyway,
Just about ready to go. Before we get underway, before we start, boys, just spare a thought for Mum. You okay? You fell off the ladder before. You okay?
did you fall off?
Yeah,
Which ladder? Outside?
that little
Well,
one here.
Oh, where'd you...
Where's the it's the one just like a foot.
Did you hurt yourself?
You
I did.
okay?
Is the
And
floor
now
all
my
right?
neck's out.
Oh no,
And potentially my hip.
Is that what that was?
that sound.
That's
Assholes.
no, because I was on the NASA Instagram before, and they said the Richter scale was.
No, NASA doesn't
Yeah,
do
you're
that.
hilarious.
That's the,
Hilarious.
Well, who does that? Who measures Richter scale?
the Richter scale, the company.
The Department of Seismology.
Size.
There you
size.
go. Well,
yeah.
they got in touch
Well
with us.
done, Trish.
Thank you.
Seismic activity.
Yeah, they got in touch with us and said there was 6.2.
I love
went
it.
off.
What?
I said 5.5 was for Newcastle. So that's
They
6.2.
they said they didn't know we lived on tectonic plates. Brilliant.
Hilarious.
Welcome to the John's Family podcast, everyone. Not long back from Las Vegas. How are we all feeling?
I feel, you know what? 10 times better than last year in terms of like mental state.
Yeah, I can tell you. I was here last year. I didn't go. And when you all came back, it probably took you maybe a month to come good. I reckon all years. Trish, you right there?
Sorry.
Don't be
Well,
afraid
a
to
little
yawn.
tricky for me, mate. I'd hurt my ankle if you don't.
Good job. I actually said when we first start in the first minute, yawn is the microphone. And she nailed it.
I'm sorry.
She drilled
I've
it.
been up since 4 this morning.
Have you? Oh,
Falling off ladders.
because you had did you have a coffee this morning?
I've had 2.
Oh, you were on this morning.
on.
Letting people know, Trish is probably the only person I've ever met who has such a bad reaction to caffeine.
Is it bad that I'm hyperactive and I
Yeah.
It's
do
so
everything
bad.
that I need to do?
She can't have anything with caffeine like past midday, right? Otherwise you won't sleep.
No.
Diet Coke sends it way off.
I know.
And Pepsi Max.
Yeah.
Potential sponsors out there.
Good cover basis.
But look at this. In a film, it's warm. I've got a massive cold sore. and
Oh, I've got one coming too.
I've actually got Ugg boots on and like my Liverpool jacket. I'm
cool.
freezing.
You look so cool.
Are you
though.
actually freezing?
Freezing. I might be coming down with someone or something.
Coming down with someone.
What does that mean?
Jesus.
Oh,
Who knows?
God.
It's still in Vegas.
Yeah, listen, we're going to have Vegas stories coming up shortly, but just before we do, MVP Jack Johns.
Yeah,
welcome.
well done.
We had a little vote, 3, 2, 1. You got man of the trip
Yeah.
unanimously.
Yeah.
The Dalian points came in.
Not
Jack has developed.
everybody loved Jack.
Jack by design, I think, the fact that he basically presents himself as the quiet, strong, smart one has become a favourite in the podcast, which
Who said that?
A
many
lot of
people are
people.
running into.
Yeah.
Some of our American friends, our American listeners particularly
Yeah.
love Jack.
Really?
Yeah.
Jack?
Not much time for you, though.
Yeah.
Big Ricky fans today. Let's get to that.
Ricky Pointing, obviously.
Yeah. No, it was
Pointing.
good. No, it was a good trip. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. I had to make up for last year because I didn't go.
And you worked hard. You worked the hardest of everyone, actually.
Hey,
whoa,
hey.
whoa.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, Matt. How many shows did you do? 3?
3.
3 shows
Commentary.
and commentary. That was good.
And we recorded 4 podcasts over there as well.
Yeah, we did. Yep.
Yeah,
It
mate,
was awesome.
We were on fire, mate.
Yeah,
we
we
were
were.
bloody on fire.
We're on
over
fire,
there.
bruh. I'm telling
Dead set.
you.
I had to call the fire department at one stage. Come put us out.
Come and douse us. Before we get away, I've got to say this. One of my favourite actors of all time, Gene Hackman, quite tragically was found passed away with his wife. Oh, man. I just want to say, Mississippi Burning, people, for our younger listeners who haven't seen it, it is
Has any more come to
extraordinary
light on that?
No.
What's
not
Mississippi
really.
Burning?
It's a movie.
Amazing.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's a great
Yeah,
movie.
he is a very good actor.
And tonight, Coop, I've said to you, I think close to the best sporting movie of all time is Hoosiers, which he's in. I've bought it in. We're going to watch it tonight.
He's also the coach in The Replacements, isn't he?
Yes, he
Yeah.
is.
Sorry, I'm not here tonight. Going to Chris Stapleton. Sorry, taking my good mate Tudor, Lachlan Croker. We're going to Chris Stapleton, Country Boy, the Crookwell Creeper. Apparently, that's what his nickname is.
Is he from Crookwell?
He's Crookwell, yeah, like Jack's girlfriend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she is.
Yeah, I think his brother and Jack's current girlfriend went to school together.
No, Jem's sister.
Ah, shit.
Can't help
I knew
yourself,
I-
can you,
I-
mate?
I
You
knew
always
it.
just
And do you have Croaks on the podcast next week?
Yes, we do.
On
On
Backstage?
backstage. Oh, and let me tell you something. The Crookwell Creep's he's gonna have some good stories for us.
He was your favourite at Manly, wasn't he?
He's up there. I
Yeah.
mean, we had a great crew at Manly.
Yeah.
Brad Parker, the Trebox, which is obviously DCE, who is an absolute ripper, and then Croaks Croaks is awesome. You struggle to find a bad bloke in that. Like, there's so many good blokes in that squad.
Cooper, I'd like to think that you actually bring out the best in some people.
What's
And
your-
not others.
What's your excuse, Josh?
It's actually quite funny because before you became mates with him, Coop, me and Cobber were having a drink maybe about 5 years ago with a few of the Manly boys, Brad Parker and whatnot, who we had the potty earlier in the year. And we actually ended up at Croaks' house.
We did
For a
too.
little house party. And then we had a few hours there. And then a few years later, Coops was...
Don't worry, I've got it written in the rundown. I'm going to ask him about that.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Sweet.
yeah. I've got it written in. I can't wait to get his opinion on it.
Just quickly,
Yeah.
when this podcast comes out, I just want to make sure the whole of the rugby league world and people who watch this would have seen the Haumole, Olakawatu, Leon Mitchell hit.
Is it on? Is it?
As
No, our Leon.
as we're recording this tomorrow night? It will be shown on the Matty John show.
Yes.
It was. I tell you what,
It's exciting.
Dear Leon.
he was so Leon.
Did he even know?
When he turned up at Brookie, he just thought they were there for an interview.
And what you've got to understand is Leon is a tall man. How tall is he, Matt?
That is true.
I'm 6'5".
Yeah, he's tall and he's like a piece of string.
String
He's like-
bean, yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's a basketballer.
It'd be
So like, when
he's
you
a
get
basket
hit like
case.
that and he's,
it'd be the Aquiliuate. It's the
Lord.
equivalent of like the Slender Man running at Haumole. It's just the whiplash.
And we went up to Haumole beforehand because I was acting like the ball player.
Yeah.
And he came up, I went up to Haumole and just said, "Oh, mate, you ready to go? What I'm going to do?" And he went, he had the mouth guard in, and he went, and I went, "Oh, I don't think anyone's gave Haumole the
Rundown.
the rundown that he doesn't have to." But the fact all the Manly boys were there, and the fact that Haumole's got a reputation as a big hitter, that he thought, you know what, I've got to live up to that, and he did.
Yeah. That's what Haumole, the area Haumole comes from. It's all about, you know what I mean. He wouldn't want his mates that he grew up with from the area to see him get run over by a cameraman.
Where's he from?
He is from Guildford, I believe. He's a hard man, Haumole. Yeah. Jesus Christ, you wouldn't want to run at him. Well, no one on the field really runs it directly straight at him. He kind of just collects skulls. Poor Lindsay Collins has never been the same since.
Now, people, before we get underway in the Vegas stories, just a little news item that went across my desk, and this is for the younger people who are looking to go to somewhere away for a tourist destination. North Korea are suddenly selling themselves as a serious tourist destination.
that real?
Yes. They, as part of the sell, they said they specialise in military march pasts, missile displays, bean cake making demonstrations, karaoke bars where you can only sing Kim Jong-un propaganda songs. People, I think we have a new schoolies destination.
That
would be
Wow.
epic.
I wonder how, would it be really hard to get approved to even go in there though? Like how, if they're selling themselves as a tourist
It might
destination,
be
would
like
it
the
be?
Hotel California.
Well, you know how America can be quite hard at sometimes. Would it be, how strict would they be on allowing people in?
Well, it appears as though they're going to open it up.
Wow.
They need the tourist industry.
I mean,
It just might be more difficult to get out.
we'd have to go there, right? Like it'd be a once in a lifetime thing to go north.
Pyongyang.
Yeah.
Right.
Supposed to be. Look, a lot of the buildings are a facade, but some of the architecture's incredible.
It looks plain and boring to me, Cobber. I don't. What the photos I've seen from people getting in there, they can actually take photos. It looks dull and is it what? Because South Korea is quite. Is it cold? Is it the whole country of Korea? Is it cold? It looks cold. It looks very Russia-like.
Yeah, well, in North Korea, their main allies are China and Russia.
But geographically, are they similar to each other?
Different island. It's sort of separate paths.
Would you bring a jacket?
The North, you probably will take a duck down jacket.
Yeah, right.
Let's say that. Yeah, but South Korea, both of them can be very, very cold. In winter, freezing.
Does it get hot then as well? Does it get really hot in summer?
yes,
Well, I suppose no one's been there.
Yeah, but I don't know. Well, I don't know North Korea.
Well,
I'm
that's
really
not
sure.
true. We know someone that went.
Yeah,
Of course, yeah. One of our friends, Morgan. Yeah. He snuck in there
Yes.
at one stage.
And then had to
As
sneak
he and his
out.
mate,
Yeah.
as golf professionals.
It was actually a golf amateur tournament, and he snuck in as Australia, and they were so excited to have a representative from Australia because they'd been invited before, but they'd never registered back, obviously, because of the conflicting government. And they literally apparently rolled the red carpet out for him, and the first tee off at the golf thing, They shanked it into the bush, and by hole 4, he said they already had realised that it was a complete facade.
I think it was the Swiss ambassador or something said, get out.
The Swiss ambassador said,
go.
you need to leave. Like, they're already
Like, they
putting
know.
a call out for these Aussies who have just taken the piss.
Yeah.
He showed me pictures and he was taking videos and stuff on the golf course with like these little North Korean ladies who were like bringing their golf bags around with them, and they were that blind on the course, like so blind. He said they were that blind, like from it, like they could barely see the ball, and they would take. He's got videos and being like like just yelling it with all these North Korean girls, and the North Korean girls and the locals in the video looked like they loved him, but I think the government officials
Not so much.
No, they were ready to take their heads
A
off.
communist military dictatorship is probably not the place to
Have a
take
look.
the piss.
No,
and get blind while you're doing it.
No, correct. You wouldn't.
So if we're all holiday destinations, which would we be and why?
I've got North Townsville Caravan Park. I don't know if you've ever been up
What?
to. Have you ever been up?
I've never been to Townsville.
Oh, it's awesome.
Oh,
well, your
Townsville's-
dad was from town. First place he landed from.
No, Mackay.
Yeah, okay.
Wasn't it?
Oh,
No, it was Townsville. Your dad was a cane cutter.
I think
Yeah.
I think he was originally Townsville and then went to Mackay.
and then went to Newcastle.
Yeah. What a small world. But Townsville's it's such a fun place to go. So much fun. The Mad Cow, an excellent tavern / pub up there, and just the people up in Townsville.
Do you have a night out, Jack, when you played up there?
Yeah, we've had a couple of nights out up there. It's I've never won up there. It is a hard place to win, but
It is hard,
which sort of dulls the mood a bit. But the nightlife there is quite fun.
I've never lost up there.
Haven't you? Really?
Do they have like a big outdoor
It's an
pool? Is that
anomaly.
the place where they have a big?
That's Cairns.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Cairns
that's
have got
Gilligan's.
The lagoon.
Gilligan's. That's
No, the lagoon's further down from Gilligan's.
no, but you talk about
it's
the
an
pool.
outdoor pool, like for the people.
Yeah.
It's not in a club, darling.
Oh right, yeah. Sorry, my
Yeah,
bad.
you know the lagoon. There's
Like
an
the
outside
children.
lagoon. Once you go to the end there in Cairns, the strip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But once you go into Gilligan's, there's a pool in Gilligan's nightclub, Trish.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know how much water's in it, but I tell you what, it looks like a
Covered in urine.
Oh, colourable.
yuck.
Yeah, it's a bit.
How deep?
It's green from all the kryptonites they grow.
Yeah, well, that's their drink up at Gilligan's, a kryptonite. You literally order it, and it's on. You're in Gilligan's past midnight. It's very dark in there, but you order a kryptonite, it's dead set glowing in your
It is,
hand.
yeah,
The drink, like
it
it's
is.
it's like diesel.
So are we talking about Townsville or Cairns?
This is Cairns now.
Yeah, we've moved
I had
to
a night
Cairns.
up there with Todd Carney when he was still playing.
You've had a night out. Where have you not had a night out, Cooper?
Never
up
North
your-
Korea.
Lock up your mothers. Yeah. Toddy and
Well, he was playing up. I played against him when he was playing for
Cutters.
No, up in Cairns there. So at Northern Pride.
The Pride, yeah.
Yeah. He was there at halfback, and he beat us on the bell. And then I just got a text from him. He'd gotten my number off Uncle Joey. After the game, he texted, and I'd never met Toddy before, and he just said, meet at this pub at this time. And I was like, oh, okay. So I broke away from a few of the boys, said, I'm going to go have a beer with a mate. And Toddy was there, and it spiraled into the biggest night.
He's a terrific bloke.
Such a good bloke, such a good man.
I've had a few nights up in Cairns before, and they always at Gilligan's they put like those events on, so they get the gladiators in there, and they'll do like the gladiator fights with all those big like those,
Blow up toys.
yeah, the
things?
blow up toy things, and it goes off, and people are just throwing kryptonites at them.
It's like
And
the
do they
cable
fall
guy.
into the pool?
Dead
Cable
set.
guy, medieval times.
Yeah, I dropped a kryptonite on the floor one time, and it was like acid. It just went straight through the floorboards into the basement.
Speaking of Gene Hackman, because he played Lex Luthor in
He
Superman.
did. Superman too.
There you go,
And
Cobber.
he's
I had
powers.
Cooper as Ibiza.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Seedy and culturally unaware.
Yeah,
Oh.
I've heard Ibiza is really expensive too. Like
Would be now.
No, I think so.
yeah, I think
Mate, how expensive was Vegas? The
the US in general.
Jeez.
Who are you, Trish? What do you have pegged for?
You know what? I'm going to Whitehaven Beach up in the Whitsundays.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
It
right.
is beautiful. The silica sand, it's so white, and the water is warm, and it's beautiful.
I do
It's
as
the
Ven-
most tranquil.
I do as Venice. Great 15 years ago, but it's sinking into a smelly mess.
Mate.
Yeah.
That's
I
so,
thought of that on the flight home.
did you
That's
actually?
what you think about.
I do.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
mate.
didn't sleep.
I tell you what, I had LA, but I'm changing mine now after that Cairns chat. I'm changing it to the Cairns Casino because you just triggered my memory. They're very innovative. Innovative.
Well, hey, you did pretty good there. Just go with it.
Innovative there. They not only do they have the tables, all the tables in the cast, and what you would expect, but upstairs they have a reptile park.
Do they?
Right,
What?
just reminded me. So you can go there, check out, hold the alligators, hold the snakes, go downstairs and play some roulette.
And there's I'll tell you, some people playing the pokies downstairs, a lot of reptiles.
Yeah, oh no, dead set.
Dirty old
Cooper?
reptiles.
I mean, sorry, Jack, on that note, how good was I at craps?
Oh, yeah. So, okay, actually, flashback to Trish Johns in Vegas. Was it last year? Same night, Timmy Trumpet, as he's about to perform, Trish grabs me and goes, I want to go home. So I said, okay, I'll take you back to your hotel. As we're walking out, the craps tables are there. Trish Johns.
Excuse me, you wanted to have a gamble.
I wanted to have a gamble. I've never played craps before. So, and she
just had
done lessons.
Yeah.
So I thought, let's give it a go. And
what did I say to you? I said, just follow. I gave him my chips. I said, just follow whatever I bet, you bet.
I've never seen a run like it, Cobber.
Really?
And I had a number of
I was
them.
learning. So she literally, there's the, what is it, the two?
The field.
Yeah, the field.
I play
So
the
there's,
field.
it's like every second number, that's what you need to roll. And then essentially it's one of the picks. It's what is it, double your money, doesn't it?
2, 5, 7, 8, 9. If it's a 2 or a 12, it's times 2.
It's times 2. Oh, no, 12 is triple.
Oh,
I
there you
think,
go. Yeah.
So Trish Johns, right, puts it, goes, just follow me in. First 3 goes, we get our numbers, double our money, and then she goes, I'm going to stop for a bit, right?
And I told him to follow me, but he didn't.
I didn't listen. The next 4 that she stayed out of, lost. Then she goes, I feel like entering again. Win. Walked out, tripled her money, walked out of there.
Trisha's got nothing to do with you. I've never seen a person who has so much luck when it comes to gambling like Jack Johns.
Jack is pretty good.
Jack, well, both, to be fair,
Fletcher Hindy said to me, mate, he's got the golden touch.
Jack and Trish are very tinny. Remember that run, like back in COVID, when we used to punt all the time, and Trish would just back names, and she'd pick every horse or dog.
Yeah.
She'd pick everything. Jack and Trish have got the touch. You
I
and
think
me,
I'm
Dad.
psychic.
You and me, Dad. We actually put a lot of time into studying the form and things like that, and we never get it.
Never.
Waste of time, boys.
I had Jack as Fiji, by the way. He's fun. He's low key. He's chilled and loved by all. Who doesn't love Fiji?
True.
Hey, I tell you, one game I want to bring up too. So we played War.
Casino War.
Yeah, Casino War. So there's only a select amount of spots you can play it on the strip. So you go to the top of the Cosmo and you go and you get into the table, and not many people play. Like it's a fast table.
Yes.
You
And
lose
they
your money.
don't,
And it's
they don't
55
have it open all the time.
It's 55%
it's
your
50-50.
way.
Yeah.
So, but I've noticed it's different for the dealers. So you know how the dealers, they're very, subdue. Like they're usually, but these guys
Go for you.
They go for you a little bit, try to attack you a little bit.
Yeah, we
to
talked
try-
about this
really?
last week on the podcast.
because it's very much a one-on-one battle.
Yeah, right.
You can have other people playing, but you're all against the dealer.
Yeah.
So it's in the casino's interest for the dealer to create a little bit of rivalry there with the player. We had this guy, his name was Ralphie, this big bodybuilder-looking guy was the dealer.
Remember we spoke about this last week on the potty?
Oh, we did.
Yeah,
We did.
yeah.
Doesn't
Sorry.
matter.
Is that when he didn't like you?
Yeah.
Took a dislike to
Do you want to
Cooper?
retell it again?
No, it's all good. It's over.
No, because we're on a different
was
we're on a
going-
theme.
Rod, sure, go on, tell it again.
Well, what he did was he me and one of the other boys had a crack. We got up, and then Cooper thought he might have a crack at it. 3 trips to the ATM later, he cleaned Cooper out.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got nothing left, so I've just started a GoFundMe for anybody who's listening.
you've lost your northern pride.
Yeah. Shout out Toddy Carney.
I've gone Prague for me. Old, attractive, famous for love of alcohol. There you go.
Oh, respect.
Quite charming as well. by
Hey,
the way.
mate, well done.
Thanks very much. Vegas, guys. Highlight of Vegas, seeing our dear family member, Brian Carney.
Yeah.
Brian
How good was it?
Carney.
Even saw Kevin and Liam, his 2 brothers.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
What for
quite
those
the
2,
reunion.
flew in from LA and San Francisco and then flew out
That
after
day.
the second game.
Yeah, I know. And, geez, they'd be lucky to get let on the flight. Because isn't the US quite strict with, like, if you're drunk on an airplane?
Yeah, but they're tidy.
Oh.
I mean, I don't think they were feeling great.
Mate,
but they
Liam
looked
wasn't.
tidy.
Liam's a mess.
So Liam, Brian's brother, we've spoke about him countless times on the family podcast before. He's the bloke who used to get really drunk, and then he'd go to the toilet, sit in, and then he'd go missing for 2 hours, and we'd find him asleep in like various toilets across different pubs. Yeah. He's notorious for just passing out and falling asleep on the toilet.
It's not
Then
passing out. He falls asleep.
He falls asleep, really, gets up, and then just comes
And
out
he
and keeps
continues.
going.
Yeah.
Then we'll go back again sometimes.
And he was looking at when we were at after the Warriors game in the bar area at Allegiant Stadium. You could see he was starting to get ready. He was wondering about possibly going to the toilet and giving it a crack.
He was looking for toilets.
Because he's got a good constitution. And when I thought, oh, yeah, the boys are here, I'll go down and see him. I went down and went, holy dooly. Well, how many has he had? Well, what about this? When we talk about how expensive America is, Trish's new best friend, Grant Atkins, the referee, his wife.
And his wife, Julie.
Yeah, Julie, but I'm saying it's his wife that you guys become so close. So I walk up and Trish is in the midst, Trish and Julie, about doing a shout. We've got all these cocktails up there. And I go, wow, that's pretty cool. About 10, I'm thinking, it's going to be a fair crack, this. So Trish goes, you got to pay. I just turned up. It's a commercial commentary. I went, mate, I'm not paying. And then Julie brought her credit card out, and she's trying to tap, and I'm trying to let her tap. And I went, no, hold back. Then I looked down, $306 US. And $306 US. And then after they go, what tip do you want to give? And goes like 10, 15, 20, 40%, 10%.
Yeah.
So $336.
Yeah,
that's
It
ridiculous.
was so expensive.
Even like the exchange aside, it is ridiculously expensive over there.
Well, that's the thing. 300 US, right, for 10 cocktails. That's $30 a cocktail. Then you do the exchange rate. That ends up being $50 AUD for one drink. I'd rather drink like Listerine.
But how about the Wigan?
I did.
When we arrived at the Ground Boys, and obviously Wigan had won, and they were singing. We're like, oh, this is cool. Go over and watch them. They're banging the drums, they're chanting, they're singing. And then they finished it with throwing their beers in the air. And as someone said, who can be affording to be throwing those $20 US drinks in the air?
It's the most alcohol ever sold at Allegiant Stadium.
Yeah.
And they had the Super Bowl there 12 months ago. So that is incredible. They're sold out with 15 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Sold out of it.
I mean, you talk about
the Australian and the English.
It didn't work out well for them. You got the English there who can drink. They were blind when we got there at 1 o'clock. You got the Waz fans, and they can put them back. Let me tell you something. Some of the Waz fans there were ready to go, and the Aussie fans as well. So you put all three of us together, and Jesus Christ,
it's a party.
It turned water into wine.
The best representation for the English were the Wigan fans, but for the NRL, easily the Waz fans.
Yeah, they're on
Waz
fire.
fans were on fire.
Mate, but they also represent, like, they wear their jerseys all week. You can see them, like, they wear in
They
the
were
casinos.
very visible.
Yeah, they definitely, they're proud to represent their
I wish
club.
they played better, the team.
Yeah,
it's a shame.
They were poor. I wish they had played.
I mean, Canberra was strong though.
They
looked fit.
Yeah, and I credit Cooper Johns for him and Ricky galvanising the team.
Yeah,
let's move straight on to that straight away.
Let's address it.
Okay, Ricky Stewart versus
Cooper Johns.
And I saw Ricky the next night, and I said to him, the young bloke, and he sort of laughed and went, mate, if it wasn't you young bloke, I really would have went harder than you.
How much harder could he have gone? Jesus.
It's your first media scandal.
It
Remember
is.
you rang me and said...
I had my first scandal, and then Dad goes, what happened? I told him what happened. See, mate, they were offended by me taking an inflatable bat out on the red carpet. And he said, geez, if that's as big a scandal you have, you're going pretty good.
That's fair.
My question to you.
Yes.
Because Ricky was happy after the game. See, Ricky... he likes to get his head on for games. It gets his team going.
Correct.
And so I think you were part of that.
Well,
I agree. I said it to Coop.
Jack actually did say it to me. When I said, geez, that was weird, because, like, the joke itself, it wasn't that bad. Like, everybody started sort of making light of the situation.
What was the joke?
And me, it was taking an inflatable bat on the...
That was just it?
Taking an inflatable bat on the red carpet.
So you didn't even say anything?
I think they didn't want to make light of the situation due to what was going on. Or they wanted the players to take it more seriously leading into the game. Anyway, I hit Hudson Young with the bat on the thing, and me and Huddy are good mates, so Huddy didn't care. Huddy was laughing about it. I don't think Ricky liked it though.
Yeah.
And obviously some reports came out in Australia. I'd woken up the next day. I didn't really think it was a big deal, and then Journo's ringing me the next day. Buzz, can I get a quote? And I woke up pretty late because I had a big night, and I went, a quote for what? And he was like, mate, have you read the Daily Telegraph? We've got an article out, and Ricky's been asked at a press conference, and he didn't seem to appreciate the inflatable bat situation. So would you mind if I took what you said there and just take a quote? And I was like, oh, yes, sweet. I just gave him
and what'd you say?
quote. I said, look, I was just taking the piss, making light of a situation to show how jovial it was. Because at the end of the day, it's two blokes in an elevator hitting each other with inflatable bats.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Seriously, who gives a shit? And then I said, at the end of the day, some people just, I get that sometimes you can get on a red carpet. People have got their head on because they got a game. They don't. You can say a joke and sometimes they take it the wrong way in the moment. I'm sure, Matthew, you've had situations like that on a red carpet before.
Oh, Red Dragon.
Yeah.
There's been that much time. I've offended prime ministers. Remember once John Howard?
No, he loved it.
No, he didn't.
That's when I fell in love with John Howard.
The handlers grabbed me and dragged me away either side. There was an incident once with
the Olympics?
Mark Latham. The Olympics. That was bad.
No, that was good.
Yeah, well, you think it's good.
It's good for the listeners. I'm
asking the viewers. Yeah, but there was IOC member. His name was Dick Pound. I'm not joking. That was his name. I went up and said something to Dick Pound and. I thought he was going to take a swing at me. I've had people take a swing at me a few times.
Big didn't he?
Yeah.
He offended the dude from Sex in the City.
Sex in the City, because he said something unsavoury to
Carrie Ann.
Kenley. She was quite rattled by it. And I worked with Carrie Ann on Channel 9, and Reg used to do some stuff with Carrie Ann, above board, of course. And next minute he went past, I thought, I'll stick up for Carrie Ann. And I said, yeah, you love the show, Sex in the City. What's your name on that? Big. And he goes, yeah, man. And I said, it's funny, it's ironic because I hear it's rather little. And, mate, she was on.
He didn't like it.
You know, he got cancelled.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
for his behaviour towards
There you go,
women.
Reggie.
Not so big anymore.
No, he actually did. He got cancelled.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, so basically what I'm saying, guys, the world's a crazy place.
Okay.
The world would be a nicer place if we all just, we all just had a laugh.
Okay, can I just say this? I know I've asked you this before.
Yes.
Right, show what type of man you are, I said, by sending Ricky a text message. Have you done that?
No, I didn't do it.
Okay.
But because you told me to do it on game day. You said, why don't you send it? I said, I'm not texting him now.
Okay, well, hold on. Now, let me just do this. Trish, Jack, we're going to do this. Now, this afternoon, I've got to do something for you and a mate as a favour.
Yeah.
Righto.
Yeah.
So what I want you to do right now, and it'll be good material if he texts back in the meantime. Okay. Righto? While this podcast's going on, I want you to text Ricky right now.
And what do you want me to say?
Well, I'll tell you what to say.
Okay.
I want you to do it verbatim.
Okay.
Ready?
Go.
Dear Ricky, hi. It's your mate Cooper Johns.
Full stop.
Hi, it's your mate. Yeah, go. Keep going.
Sorry about what occurred on the red carpet, comma, but I really think it was good for both our profiles. yeah. Keep going. Full stop. New paragraph.
Oh, fantastic. Please let him have his phone with him at the moment.
The truth is, Ricky, I know I'm overreaching because I know I'm not as talented as my dad. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Whatever.
Yeah. Comma, and only slightly better than my Uncle Andrew.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I do believe that I had a fair bit to do with your team being up for the occasion.
This is magnificent.
And I would enjoy some gratitude.
Oh, my life.
P.S. I know you're a little thin in the halves this year.
Yes.
Don't be afraid to give me a call in an emergency.
Okay.
Signed, your good mate, Cooper Johns.
Kiss, kiss.
Okay. Okay, sweet.
Send it off.
All right.
And we'll
if he
see.
replies during,
What if he rings?
well, we'll pick it up.
Perfect.
And we won't tell him we're on the podcast. Don't
But
tell
we'll
him.
only hear one side.
No, we can connect. It's my phone's connected to the roadcaster.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
It's called technology.
What else? What else in Vegas? What else really do you love?
I tell you what. Can we give a quick shout out? First of all, before I get into what I want to shout out, a shout out to our listeners because we had a record amount of listeners last week while we were in Vegas. So shout out to everyone that, and also a huge spike in people that not only followed us on socials but subscribed to the podcast in general. So shout out to all of our listeners doing that.
How do you do it again?
You just hit subscribe on Spotify or the podcast app. So and we obviously on socials, Backstage, Cooper and Matty Johns and the Johns Family Podcast, that and TikTok. So we want to say thanks to our listeners because what we're doing is let's, like I did for Ricky and the Raiders by galvanising it, what we're doing here and what you guys as the listeners are doing, you're galvanising us together as a family. So I want to shout out
It was
that.
a successful trip for us as a family.
Well,
not one fight.
No,
with ourselves.
Just a lot of support and love.
Well, I think that inflatable baseball bat situation actually galvanised us as a family.
I got very defensive.
I actually
with
think it got us all closer. I think it was both of us winning.
Well, expect a big spike in American listeners this week, Jack, because I had to commentate in the game. It's the first time in history that a rugby league game has gone free-to-air in America. It was on Fox Sports 1, which is a free-to-air network. And so the game was on, and about halfway through the second half when the Raiders had it in the bag, I started sort of freestyling, having a bit of fun. Things like, at the back of the stadium, they're talking about, look at the view at the back of the stadium, and the Luxor Casino was there. I said, look at that. It's fantastic. It's just like Egypt, only better. Got a few laughs. Then I started talking about, I was thinking, now I got on a roll, a little bit cocky. Then I went to Caesar's Palace. Went through there and I said, mate, it's fantastic. It's almost as good as the old Caesar's Palace back in Julius Caesar days. But then again, did that have Rod Stewart playing?
Oh, brilliant.
More laughs.
Oh, you are the greatest.
And then I thought, righto, go for the home run, Babe Ruth. I just went, letting people know that in America, I'm going to be a household name after this commentary. So Thursday night, the Matty Johns show, late nights with Matty Johns, and Sunday night with Matty Johns. And while I'm at it, there's a Johns Family podcast and a backstage podcast with Cooper and Matty Johns. So there you go. I've plugged it. It's out there.
And so because when you do commentary and stuff, you have someone in your ear talking to, did anyone say anything or did they just let you go?
Yeah, the boss, Steve Crawley, goes, are you kidding?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Don't worry about him.
And then there was, sorry, Trish.
What are they going to do, sack you? Maybe.
I was going to say, listen through to the end because we've got a little bit of a thank you, little competition.
Oh, yeah, don't. We won't tell them now. It's a surprise for the listeners who make it to the end of the podcast.
Oh, yeah, can I say as well that I've been looking at the numbers because after a really successful week in Vegas, we had over 200,000 listeners in a week, which is
never heard of.
Unheard of for us.
Even for Joe Rogan. Never heard of.
Yeah, Rogan.
Joe who?
Yeah.
Donald who? But our listenership has changed a little bit geographically. So I'm going to let you know.
I love that.
So our mate in Russia, he's got a mate.
Oh,
there's two of them now.
Oh, so we got letting people know we had one 2 weeks ago. Now he's doubled.
We've doubled our listenership in Russia.
That's what we said. Remember we said if you just get a mate, tell one person about to get them on board. So if those two can get another mate, there's four.
Yeah, 4.
Maybe it's like the Trump Putin thing. It's all starting to,
thanks for that.
And then we've reduced in Tanzania.
Yes, because they're home.
Yeah.
He texted me, that guy, he and his dad.
Oh, okay.
He said that to me.
They text you.
He said, I think that. Oh, sent me a message. He said, I think that was me and my dad.
I hope they told some people in Tanzania.
Well, if they didn't, stop listening.
Hey, we've got a new listener in a new country, Madagascar. We've got one listener. So congratulations to what are the characters in Madagascar called?
King Julian. King Julian, who was a lemur. He was, I don't know which actor played him, but if you're familiar with the Madagascar franchise, King Julian was a key part of the Madagascar lemurs.
A beautiful island off Africa.
So beautiful.
You know who voiced King Julian?
Who?
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Oh, mate, I got so much respect for people that have multiple voices, and to be able to differentiate that voice.
Yeah, very good.
Thank you very much.
SpongeBob SquarePants. I just heard this in a podcast.
SpongeBob BearPants.
There's someone called Fighter. Is there a Fighter something? Anyway, one of the characters in SpongeBob, Bill Murray's brother, Bob Murray, was one of the voices.
Really?
Yeah.
We're obsessed with Bill
Is that
Murray,
interesting?
No, it's not really.
Like Seth MacFarlane, I got a lot of time for that guy.
Yeah, he's
he's amazing.
And
clever.
Yeah, apparently he used to do it because he had like Peter, Meg, not Meg, sorry. He had Peter, Quagmire, Stewie, and apparently he'd do it sometimes where he'd be like, "Oh, what's going on, Stewie? Oh, no, what are you doing, fat man?" Like he'd do it in the
good.
one read.
That's pretty good.
Was that good?
Yeah, it was good. Any others of note, Jake?
Not too much change. I'll give you an update next week. It's hopefully our Russian listenership.
Well, I'm guessing that USA numbers will be higher.
Through the roof.
No, well, because of people travelling there.
What about the Kiwi bloke in the middle of the commentary with Braith and I, a real important part of the game, I just turn around because usually in commentary boxes there'll be security there. At Allegiant, no one.
Really?
So this bloke just walked in. I turned around, this Kiwi bloke there, like, mate, not tall, but, mate, like a nugget. And I've just looked and I thought, who's this bloke? And then he goes, like, come in. Anyway, I take my headphones off and I just went over there with a little break and play. And he just opens this this little box and there's a ring there. And I go, yeah, mate, we're on air. He goes, Matty, can you get me on the big screen? I'm going to propose to my girlfriend.
Oh, it's
And
cute.
I
That's
said-
so American.
I said, mate, like...
Yeah, and you're not even in control of the cameras.
I'm not in. I said, I'm not Donald Trump. I don't have to do it. He's like, oh, yeah. So when we get the commentary, and he's just kind of hanging around, then he disappears. He comes back again, and I said, Braith, he's back. So anyway, we're going, mate. What about the height of the bloke, mate? It turns up at half time, he got on the big screen. He proposed to James Fisher Harris's auntie.
Oh,
it was on the
really?
big screen.
Oh, really?
Mate, hats off to him. He got it done.
Did she say yes?
Yeah.
No, she walked
fuck
on.
it.
Yeah. That's funny because someone messaged me about that. Did you say it on the TV coverage?
Yeah.
Oh, so you said there's a bloke here who's trying to
I
propose.
said there's a bloke because Dan on the on the commentary coincidentally went, oh, Xavier Savage, big week for him. He's having a blinder here, and he proposed to his girlfriend just a couple of days ago. And I said, well, on the subject of that, 5 minutes ago we just had some palooka walk in here and
There's
asked
nobody
me.
not a palooka.
Oh, just, it's
at
just
the
a way
time,
of saying,
yeah.
It's like saying, I had this old mate. You walk in and just show me his ring, so to speak, and say he's going to propose to his girlfriend. And I said to him, mate, I'm not f***ing Donald Trump. Anyway, of course.
So you swore on live
No,
TV?
I didn't. I just added that for effect.
Oh, all right. Sorry, my bad.
The American audience doesn't like that.
Yeah.
Just for effect. I like that.
One more thing on America. I'll tell you what, we went to Fisher. Me and Jack went to Fisher. You guys were supposed to come. It was that busy. You guys walked out.
But
We'll tell you in a second where we went.
Yeah, Fisher.
Omnia.
And I'm not talking James Fisher Harris. I'm talking Fisher, the DJ. We went to my first time I've ever seen him. I think Jack's the same. It was amazing, phenomenal. I love to see Oz, and apparently, like for a gig, like I think it's well reported. I think he gets like something like $1 million every time he plays.
No, Coop going. There's
even
been a couple
more.
of big ones where he's
Is it
been
more?
given $5 million.
Wow, because over New Year's he did two.
And
He-
that's
he
US.
did a festival in Brizzy and then chartered straight to Melbourne, did one there as well. I think it was like double dipping. I think he did the same thing that night. He did something in St. Louis or something, and then
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
I should went to a better school.
St. Louis, and then flew straight to Las Vegas, played at Omnia. He was phenomenal. It's good to bloody see Aussies going good.
Who
Yeah,
was
he's
there,
a good
boys?
guy.
Jack, who was there?
Mate,
Because
you know-
there was an area behind him. Is that
Yeah.
what-
Yeah.
Mate, tell you who rocked up in
That's where you
in
see-
a leopard print top was the owner of the Lee Leopards.
Oh.
He was he was
I'm
in
jealous I didn't get to see him.
He was in his own booth.
I like
they had
him.
they had a motorcycle in their booth, and he was like revving it in the middle of the I don't even know how to
That place
explain
was
that.
huge.
Yeah,
I
it was
walked
big.
in,
He's done
and I
incredible
had to
for
walk
that.
out. I just went,
Yeah,
nah,
mate,
overwhelming.
we could
It's
barely
too big.
walk. But behind the stage where we were, some of our mates were there. Sammy B was there, Sammy Burgess.
Yeah,
was.
After
day.
Warrington's good win, and then
Capitulation.
and then Braith and Nasta was back there.
Oh, you're
Carl Stefanovic,
Mate,
he was on there,
There's
and
something-
Carlos was sweaty.
There's something going on with you and Carlos, hey.
Carlos.
I love
Like,
it.
I want to try and bring it up here. There's something not right going on between Cooper and Carl. There's a real relationship building there, and I don't know what it is. But the moment I let him know that I'm Cooper Johns' brother, he changed his tone dramatically.
What?
Did he
And
love
loved you then
Oh,
too.
loved me then.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate. I was like, he goes, mate, your brother's so talented.
Yeah, he must have low standards for thinking I'm that talented. But I got a lot of time for
He
Carlos.
must have.
Even, and who else was back there?
Mate, there was a few. But
The whole Penrith boys had a booth as well. There, Nathan,
Yeah, no, Nathan
all the
did,
lads were
'cause
there.
his mum was very excited about
Yeah.
that. That was the highlight for her for, I don't know, after the
Yeah,
fact, but
Beck and
before.
Ivan were there.
Yeah, she was
Ivan
excited.
was, mate, Ivan's shirt nearly come off.
Did it?
Oh, it nearly come off. No, he was having a great time. All the boys were there. Mav Geyer, founder of the podcast, son of Mark MG Geyer, King of the West as well. Mav was controlling the bottle service at one stage.
no.
So he was distributing all the
Dangerous.
drinks to the boys.
How
we-
good
yeah.
was Mav during the game? During the Penrith game, Mav's on the side. He wasn't playing game day, but he's just to the right of us, like just before you get on the field. And Cooper just kept chanting his name out throughout the whole game. Kept going, let's go, let's give it to him, Mav.
Yeah, I was
Let's
like,
give
get him
it to
going, Mav.
Do you know what? It shows you what a great club they are. Because I had a look at all those boys, right, sitting on the sideline who weren't in the 17, who could have been, but weren't in the 17. And every time Penrith scored, one of the blokes did something good, they got off their seats and just cheered.
Yeah,
It's a
great.
sign.
Yeah, it's a sign of a great club.
Yeah, it is a sign of a good club because it's very easy if you're not in the 17 to almost be wanting
Death
the boys,
riding them.
wanting the boys in your position to not play well. You know that, so you can get an opportunity.
Sure, yeah.
And the depth that
Is
they've
that
got.
some insight into your mind?
No, I was actually never like. I think when I was at Melbourne, we were very similar. Where it was like you just wanted to win, just wanted to play. You wanted everyone to play good, even though if they lose, you might get. Manly's a different story. No, just joking. But you can tell because a lot of those boys who were sitting on that bench who weren't playing, they get a start. They walk into a lot of other clubs and get a start, but they're just so happy to be a part of a group that's winning. So shout out to that Penrith boys.
Now, your boys were at Fisher,
Yep.
and talking about how expensive it is on the Strip and at Fremont Street to a certain extent, to a lesser extent. Me and Trish.
I dug this place up.
Trish, Brian Carney, his producer Stevie, who's shout out to Stevie, he's one of the best blokes you'd ever
He's a
meet. He's
great
the
man.
producer guy, and we went to a place called Dino's.
And can I just mention,
Yeah.
Brian turned up in a tuxedo.
I
I said, "What are you doing?" He looked like James
Because
Bond.
he said,
Well, I brought it all the way over here.
Yeah, he said, we're going to go to Fisher. And he said, what are you going to dress? I said, mate, just dress really casually. Anyway, turned up with a tuxedo with a dicky bow.
At that stage, he'd had a few under his belt too.
Oh, well, it's one of the reasons, with a little bit to go, I said, let's just leave the football because Carney was starting to get very Irish.
He stopped. He was commentating the Wigan Warrington game, which finished at like 1:30 or about 2:00 just before the Raiders game. So as soon as it finished, he came and met us down in his suit and was just started putting them back with us. So by the time the Penrith game come around, he was very well hydrated.
Now, I mentioned once before about Dino's. It's like famous. It's about 20 minutes out of town, out of Vegas, but it's a famous karaoke place and made famous even more.
Yeah, just maybe a couple of months ago, Chris Martin dressed up, full bodysuit, totally unrecognisable, and went and performed there. And that's how I knew about it. Then I researched it. I went, yeah, I want to go there.
So we went
it's on
there.
my list to do.
We went there.
Well,
Believe me,
mate, I still stink of cigarette smoke.
Mate, it's one of those places that are just so disgusting. I found a place that's even seedier than the Double Down Saloon, but it was so
Fun.
seedy. It was fantastic.
It was.
Do you want an insight of how seedy it was?
They had they had nostalgic porn playing behind the
What?
counter.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like
Hardcore.
a screen. I didn't even know, and a guy pointed out to me, and I went, "Oh,
What, like actual
I'm
nudity?
talking-
Yeah.
Oh, full, but like old, like from the 40s or 50s or 60s."
What, was it black and white?
Yeah,
Yeah.
hardcore.
If you find porn nostalgic, I think you might have
No,
a
no,
problem.
it's called nostalgic porn.
Yeah, but
It is a type of porn.
yeah. Thanks, Trish.
Heavy bush genitals and that sort of stuff, yes.
What?
You know, like, well.
Yeah, the way it should be.
So, Trish, can I tell the people the story of what took
Yeah,
place
yeah,
as
sure.
an example of how seedy it was? So, the female toilet was, the toilet was blocked, right?
Yeah.
And closed.
And so it was closed. So we're standing in the line, and there was a girl in front of me. I was behind her, and another woman behind me, right? So I walk up, and the first girl just goes into the toilet. So, of course, it doesn't matter to me. You know, I'm lucky because I'm a man. I just go to the urinal.
Correct.
And the woman who's behind me, she's standing there for a minute or two, and she needs to go, and she says to me, would you mind if I just go next to you in the urinal? And I go, yeah, no worries. And she just pulls the pants down, squats over the urinal, goes to the toilet, then says to me, can you get me some toilet paper?
Oh, did you do it?
Yeah.
Oh, that is rank.
You are.
But
You are
didn't
a
she back
gentleman.
up into the
Yeah, she
urinal?
backed up. It wasn't front on.
I know, because I was wondering how would that work.
Yeah, she backed up.
Well, yeah, but she couldn't.
Backed up.
She couldn't saddle it like a horse.
Can I ask? Because
It wasn't
like
like-
there are different styles of urinals. Are they the individual basin one, or just a trough?
One big
along?
trough.
It was a trough.
It was a trough.
Oh, I
Well,
always
Nick-
visualised it like the individual.
Don't
Yeah,
worry, I
does
didn't do
have
the
to-
usual male thing where look next to see how big the old fella is. There was no look there. I was
didn't-
eyes north-south.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
Well, did she have a little look over your like at
No,
your
because
urine?
she was facing the other way.
Oh,
she was
right.
sort of close to my arse and my genitals.
Oh, my Lord.
That
But I
is-
took her after. I said, Trish,
Now,
yes.
Matt introduced me then afterwards, and I didn't realise what had happened.
So
He
this
just
is the
introduced me
phantom
to these
pisser.
girls.
Here she is. Well, not so,
Yeah.
not such a phantom pisser.
No. Jeez.
Have you got any more Vegas stories?
Needless to say, I didn't go to the toilet the whole time we were there.
No. Well, thanks.
Hey, what about
only in your
Thunder?
nappy. What's that?
Hello, Thunder night.
Oh, Thunder.
Oh, yeah.
We went back.
Like when
again.
the whole family goes to a strip
Male strip
show.
show.
Well, it's a review, really. They don't strip. Well, they kind of do, but you don't see bad
Ask
bits.
Scuba Johns.
Yeah, so we all went and we took Brian.
Yep.
I looked over. The boys couldn't take their eyes on my entertainment was watching the boys. You were
Yeah.
all obsessed watching the
It
guys.
was, yeah. The best part was Brian goes, I'm not too sure I'm going to like this. And we were like, no, Brian, you're going to have a good time.
It's
And
very
when he was in there, he was going, I don't know if I should be here. I don't know if I should be here. And then literally 5 minutes in, we look back at Brian and he's fist pumping and standing up going, take your shirt off. Like he literally could not have had a better time. And I've said that to everyone who goes to Vegas. I said, doesn't matter if you're a bloke in a group of all your mates, you're over there for a buck show, whatever.
Awesome.
You got to go.
It's fun.
It's so much fun.
It is fun.
Brian had his blood went cold. I'm standing with Brian. An English supporter come up to him and goes, hey, Brian, mate, I posted that video of you dancing with that woman last night. This is serious. At New York. And Brian goes, you did what? He goes, yeah, you're dancing with that woman. I hope you don't mind. I posted it. And Brian went, mate, give me a look. And it was Trish.
Oh,
It's
lucky.
me.
Thank God.
He made me dance. I was mortified because we have a Bob Seger obsession.
Yes.
Together.
Who hasn't?
We have,
Bob Seger's amazing.
Yeah.
He is. Any more stories? Because I've got a quiz that I've prepared for everyone.
No stories.
You happy with that?
Yeah.
Nothing from Ricky, by the way, Coop?
No.
Nothing.
Oh,
hang
no,
on.
I did hear some tings.
Nothing back yet. My accountant just messaged me though, and she said you're going to have to remortgage your house after all the money you left. Anyway,
Given you haven't got a house, if
Okay.
you
You know,
remortgage
and you know
this.
what, Coops, it was a good thing for you to go and watch Thunder in Vegas because, like, if media doesn't work out, there's another career
Is there
for
a
you there in
punchline coming?
Vegas.
yeah. Did you
trick.
write that down as a joke?
No, I didn't.
Because you're reading it off paper. It sounds like you were. Did
No.
she, Dad? Give it a look. You did, didn't you?
No,
Did you?
She wrote it down.
She
it was just a point. I didn't
That
read
wasn't
it.
even a joke. It wasn't even funny.
It's not meant to be a
This one.
joke.
Hey, Cooper. Mate, it was a good thing that you went to Thunder Found Out because you don't know about the media. Maybe one day you'll be looking for another job.
Well, geez. Thank you, Carl Barron, who's walking in. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the quiz today is I'm going to give you a category, and I have found which is the number one country in this category. Okay?
Okay.
So the first one here is
Are we doing it as a group or
as a
individually?
group, get together. This
Okay.
is teamwork. We're galvanised at the moment. We need to stay galvanised. Lucky Galvin. Which country is ranked the most unhealthy in the world?
It'd have to be
We worked
China
all
or somewhere like that.
No, I'm going America.
Yeah, USA for sure.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Unhealthy based upon what?
Oh,
Like the
what
medical
they put in their
system, the
mouth.
health system,
Yeah, are you talking diet? If you're talking diet, I'm going America.
or smoke, or you know what I mean, or pollution.
it's just unhealthy. So imagine it's all factors rolled into one.
Yeah,
so you're looking at
go,
pollution and
I'll go USA.
see, I think somewhere like China.
Yeah, I'm going with China. I'm
They're
going China
heavy
with Trish.
smokers. You've
Alright.
got all that pollution.
I'm going
all
with
those
Trish.
things.
All you
China.
need is two. It's all right. Bulgaria.
Oh, the Bulgars.
Bulgaria. Why?
I don't know.
It's heavy manufacturing,
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so you've got a lot of pollution.
bad
and
health
stuff.
system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one's quite straightforward. The most power. Which country holds the most
Oh,
power?
USA.
that's USA.
Yeah, correct. USA. I thought you'd get that. I want to give you a ninja roll.
USA.
All right, this one's interesting. Which country has the most cultural
Cultural influence, I believe, would be.
I think.
I think,
somewhere-
I think America again.
I think France.
I was thinking Italy.
Cultural influence.
I'll tell you right now. You picked the top three there. You said
Oh.
USA, you said France, you said Italy. So it's one of them.
Do you know, as
Oh,
far
I'm
as
I'm still going Italy.
So
when
if
you
you-
think about food,
but you know what? Jack's right. As far as cultural influence, there's more
Movies,
than just food
entertainment.
and accent and all that.
Yeah.
It's more to do with movies, television.
Super Bowl.
It's USA.
okay, yeah, I'll go with you.
Italy. It was Italy. Tricia.
Wow.
Yeah, the
See?
most cultural influence.
Who was two?
France and then USA.
Ah,
So I think they are both very rich cultures, cuisine,
yeah,
language.
yeah.
But it
Sex appeal.
doesn't have
Religion.
Hulk Hogan, like
Yeah,
you know.
but we've got like the Vatican and the Pope, babe.
Oh yeah.
We.
Shot back,
Don't
not-
say we.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although he's not doing so well at the moment.
Shout out to the Pope. See the
He's-
jowls on him,
yeah,
mate. He must
I'll
be
tell you
feeling
what.
crook.
I'll do it after the quiz, but I watched Conclave on the plane ride, and I'll give you my
I
thoughts on it.
started. I fell asleep.
yeah. Recommendations. Quality of life.
Oh, now that's one of the
Best, right?
Norway or somewhere.
yes, up in the
I've heard
Nordics.
about this.
Quality
a
of
lot.
life.
I've read
best?
this before.
I'll say Denmark.
I'm saying Norway because I'm sure I've actually
I'm going to go.
observed it before.
I'm going to go.
What are you going
You know what? I'm going to go Iceland.
No, it's not, Jack. I'll tell you that right now.
I'm going.
I'll tell you that right now. No, it's
I'm
like
going to back myself.
Norway.
I'm going to back myself. Go
So
Iceland.
we're all going to
Well,
go different ones.
I'll
Yeah,
go
that's
Denmark.
No, well, it's not. Well, we can't decide.
Well, I'm happy
because I
to-
know that it's Norway.
Okay. Righto. Well, I'm just going to break it to you now. It was Denmark. Yeah, it was
Boo.
It is. It's Denmark.
Is there a list there? Did Iceland, was it anyway?
Iceland, not even in the top 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bison's
Norway?
most likely to be mauled by a polar
Norway?
bear.
Norway was probably in there somewhere. Social media users, which country has the most?
Oh, I think I'd have to say the USA. Hang on. Social media, including TikTok.
You're on one, aren't you?
Yeah, just letting you know, coming in very hot on the mic. Just like
Sorry.
you didn't have your headphones on.
Including because
The population and TikTok.
China have their own as well.
Yeah.
I'll say China.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm going.
Or India.
Yeah, I'm going India.
India.
No,
Are you just changing it to India?
China.
Going India.
I'm going India.
Should have stuck to your guns. China. It was
China.
China, because TikTok.
China.
Yeah, no.
India.
Right, this is the last one. Okay, this is the last one. Which country has the most alcoholism?
Oh, I know this too. I've actually done a little thing on
France.
this before. No, it's not. Sorry.
God, she's got all the
she's
answers.
coming in.
Unfortunately, they're not right.
Somewhere-
Is this per capita?
Too many coffees.
Must be.
Yeah, it's like based on percent.
It's
like
somewhere
percentage.
like Hungary or one of those sort of a country.
No, I know it is.
Remember?
It's Russia. It's Russia.
I don't even think so. We've discussed it once before.
Per capita.
It might even be a Bulgaria or somewhere like that.
Gonna need you to lock
I'm
in
gonna
an
go.
answer.
I'm gonna go Germany.
What was it? Alcoholism or
Alcoholism.
alcohol consumption?
Alcoholism.
I'm going Germany.
Jesus.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of people go to rehab in the States.
Just pick one.
Yeah. I'm saying Russia.
Okay, lock it in. I don't need just a
okay.
second guess it.
What
Trish.
did you say, Jack?
I said Germany, but I'll back old man for Russia.
All right. Well, it's 2 against 1.
Yeah,
Do
okay.
you want to give a suggestion anyway?
I'm going to say Bulgaria.
It's actually Hungary.
Oh, I did say Hungary.
Hungarians.
goddamn.
I know you did
See?
say it.
God
You
damn.
did say it.
And
And
we've
I
been
should
there.
have called it thirsty.
And they are
Because
great.
remember we had the discussion and then we spoke about the palinka.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Palinka, yeah.
I know.
As opposed to the Palooka and the Plinka.
Irony.
Yeah.
Should have called it
Great,
thirsty.
it's a great place, Hungary. They are really great people. Big meat eaters, big beer drinkers.
Shout out to our Hungarian listener. Any recommendations before we head off?
You just did one there, Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah, Conclave. Watch that. It was
Yeah,
quite
how was
good.
it?
Ralph Fiennes is very good in it. I like him as an actor, Coop.
Yeah, I like him
He's your
too.
man, Voldemort. In-
Oh, is he Voldemort?
Yeah, he is.
I
In
love
what?
him. Harry Potter, the boy who lived, come to die. You've never seen it. You wouldn't know it.
We're at the airport and Cooper was doing Harry Potter quotes.
Yeah, Voldemort. I was actually just doing
Oh,
Voldemort.
we were.
Yeah.
Was that Voldemort? Because clearly I didn't.
Yeah, Voldemort. I love him, mate. He's one of the best villains.
And
of
I
all
also,
time.
I also watched The Apprentice on the plane about Donald Trump in his early years. Very good. Sebastian Stan plays him. Very good.
Oh, yeah, I like Sebastian Stan. He's good.
My recommendation, if you're going to go to Vegas, stay at the Park MGM.
Yeah, it was good.
It's a fantastic casino. It's a great location, and it's the rooms are clean.
It
It's a
has
good
room
place.
service. Hallelujah.
Yeah, it's very, very good.
Hallelujah. All right, my recommendations is, guys, if you've made it to the end of the podcast, we're doing a giveaway. All right,
Yes.
we're doing a little giveaway. We come back with a
How
little...
do people win, Coop?
Trying to get to that.
I know, she's coming in hot. It's all right. What we're going to do is we're going to clip this up. So we've got a little goodie bag here from Rugby League Vegas. Shout out to the NRL. Now it's got a hat in it. It's got some signed, unique cards. It's got a scarf in it. So all you got to do to win this bad boy, we'll send it out to you. We're going to clip this up, like this video, tag 2 of your mates in it, and make sure you're following the John's Family Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. We're going to pick a winner, and we'll shout it out next week. So congratulations to... may the odds forever be in your favour. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Big fan of the Hunger Games as well. Jennifer Lawrence.
May the sun always be in your face and the wind at your back. Have a good week.
Enjoy.
What was that?
It's an old saying.
Is it?
The sun in the face and the wind at the back.
Whose son?